Hello. So I am here. I'm going to talk about Coachella today. I have notes. Here I am. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vida. If you have been watching, you know that I have been making a series called Adulting Declassified. So welcome back. Hope you have been watched the first two videos. So I hope you liked, commented, and subscribed. I know you did. You did. Hope you did. You better go and do it right now before you get into this. So, hello. But hey, my name is Vida. So, my last video, I said that I moved, and I did. Oh my goodness, here I am. I am in my new apartment, and I'm super happy about it. So, if the sound sounds weird, if the lighting is kind of weird, that's why I'm still gonna try to figure things out in terms of all of that, but here we are. So today I'm making a video on Coachella. So Coachella just announced their headlines, and Coachella is known for its high profile, high A-list celebs that perform and attend. So you may run into somebody while you're there, but with that status also is a price. So price, a little bit of moolah, whatever. So I actually went to Coachella in 2018, and so I wanted to share how I afforded going to Coachella as a college student, as a part-time waitress, and without using any credit cards or anything like that. So just wanted to get that out there. Before you get in there, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can see more content like this and different things like that. And yeah, so we'll get the show on the road. Oh, also make sure you follow me on Instagram. My name is Vida, like Vidalea, and follow me on Twitter, VIDAVAL. So follow me on those social media, websites, whatever. So yeah. Okay, so I thought this would be a good video to make because I thought it would kind of segue into some financial parts of like adulting, and this is like something that's like fun and something that, you know, I feel like is desirable, I guess, amongst a lot of people or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me make a video on how I was able to afford to go to Coachella. Like I said, full-time college student, part-time waitress, and without using any sort of credit cards or anything like that. If you want to travel, which I can make more videos on like traveling and stuff, but if you want to travel, like, it is so possible to do it. It is so good to do it while you're young and whatnot. You only live once. Sorry, my air turned on. Let me go turn it off. Hope it's not too loud or anything like that. So hold on a second. Alright, I'm just gonna wait till it turns off. So, okay, well, I'm just gonna talk louder just because I don't know how the sound is going to be with that. Like I said, I just moved in. So sorry. Whatever. Okay, anyways, I wanted to make a video on how I was able to afford to go to Coachella, and with not a lot of money, and I still did it, and I had a wonderful time. And then also at the end, I'm just gonna give a review on how Coachella was, would I go again, and the different things like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing, yeah, turn it on. Alright, so the first thing is buying the wristbands. So Coachella has wristbands, and actually here, let me show you something. Okay, this is actually my 2018 box or whatever, and it kind of tore actually whenever they freaking sent it to me, but whatever. Yep, so weekend 1, 2018, Coachella. They give you a box, and in the box, I'm gonna take this out, but they like gave me like the puzzle or whatever. I had never put it together, but whenever you put it together and you have the app downloaded on your phone, it's interactive apparently, so whatever. Anyways, so, oh, also here's my general admissions band, whatever, so that's cool. anyways, so this is the box that they sent it in. As you can see, it says weekend 1, 2018, whatever. So I went a couple years ago. Buying the wristband. So personally, me, everyone is different with their finances and different things like that. I like to be financially savvy, so I'm always saving money. That's just always how I've been as a kid. Like, I just always like to make sure that I have money saved up if something ever happens, whatever. So you should be doing that too. I hope you are. Make sure you're not living above your means. Anyway, I just always like to have money saved up, and in general, I would say that it's good for you to save a certain percentage of your money. I know if you have taken a personal financial class, like in high school or anything like that, they say to save at least 10%, but you need to be saving more than 10%. But at the time I was in college, and honestly, I didn't really necessarily have anything that I was saving money for specifically, but I just saved money in general. The tickets that I bought, they were $549, I think. They actually had already sold out of the general admission tickets, which were like $479 or something like that. So the ones that I had to buy, they were still general admission, but they also had the bus pass. I know I never ended up using the bus pass, but not the point anyways. So I bought those. So I had money saved up in general that I just saved, and so I used that to purchase the tickets. Also, buying the tickets is a bitch, and you need to, I literally had my laptop. I was using a library or a computer in the library, and then I also had my phone that I was using to make sure that I had like everything set up so I could buy a ticket or wristband or whatever. Okay, anyways, I used that money to purchase that. So that was the first step, purchasing it. Okay, so second thing, after purchasing a wristband, of course, how am I gonna get there? I went to school in the Midwest, so I needed to obviously fly there. So I actually ended up flying into LA. So the flight cost about $230 or $250. I want to say it was like $230. It was economy. Except when we went there, the guys who checked us in, they booked us first class, so thank you. It would cost about like $230, $250 for the flight from the Midwest into LA. And then we actually ended up just taking a car, but I'll get into that a little bit later. During this time though, like I said, I was working part-time as a waitress. So I probably worked about 15 to maybe 20 hours a week. And so during this time, what I did, because I knew that I was gonna need spending money, and I knew that I was going to need you know, obviously to buy like other things and like food and, you know, logistical stuff, whatever. So what I did was every single week I saved $100, and I immediately put that away into my savings account immediately, so that way I did not touch it or anything like that. And that I was able to save $100, because you may be thinking, I don't have $100 to save. What I did was I stopped eating out, because I ate out so much. I ate out so much food. So I stopped eating out. Then I started cooking more at home too, since I wasn't eating out. Anyway, so I started cooking home more, and I just stopped spending unnecessary money on things. So I'm really into makeup and different things like that, so I wasn't buying or spending money on makeup. I wasn't going out and buying clothes except for Coachella, but anyways, I was able to save that money that I would have spent, because I mean, you could spend like $10 on a meal, like, oh, I need some lunch on campus, whatever, and then spend $10, and $10 every, like, think about eating out, like $10 every single day for 7 days a week. That's like $70 right there. That's like not even including the tax, which could get you up to honestly like $80. But I was like, okay, like that is like $70, $80 right there that I'm at least spending every single day. And then I'm sure there's other frivolous things that like you could buy throughout the week. So I was like, realistically, $100 saved every single week is not that bad of an idea. Whenever I had started classes, I started saving $100 every single week. And so like I said, I went to the first weekend of Coachella, so that was it was like mid-April, but like kind of early mid-April. So I guess I had about 13 weeks to save $100 a week. I just cut out different things that I knew that I didn't need. Obviously, I still needed to pay things like rent or utilities or groceries or different things like that, but those were things. How I like to set up my life is where I'm like, okay, I have the money to pay for all the necessities, and then I have still disposable income and different things like that. So my disposable income, I wasn't spending it on whatever stuff. I just saved $100 every single week, and then any other disposable income that I had after that, I could spend on whatever I wanted or save it or whatever. You get the gist. So that is what I spent, how I saved my money to buy my flights. I was searching because I went with a group of 3. All 3 of us, we would be searching on different sites and different things like that for to look at different cheap flights and different things like that. So there's also an app. I didn't use this actually whenever I went on the trip at the time, but there's an app that I use to buy flights now called Hopper. It is so amazing. You literally can put in the destination for what you want, out of where, whichever airport that you're closest to, and you put in the dates that you are thinking about going, and then it'll give you a rundown of all the different flights, like the cheapest flight that you can get. And then it'll also even have like certain days, so it'll tell you, hey, I know you want to leave out of this day and come back this day, but if you leave a day earlier or you leave a day later, it could be even cheaper. Or it'll show you like a month by month, and it'll have on a scale of like green to red, you know, like green, yellow, red, and green like being the cheapest, red being the most expensive, and so it'll break it down. So I'm actually thinking about going again this year, so I'm definitely going to be using that to find flights. So all 3 of us, we just were searching around trying to find a flight, and we ended up finding a flight for like, honestly, I actually don't want to say it was like $200. Like it was so, but we bought it like earlier, like a few months in advance, because that's how on it we were, because we were like, okay, like listen, we're going to Coachella, but we're still in college, and like we still are on a budget. Okay. So once we secured flights, then obviously the next step is like, okay, well, one, where are you staying? Well, actually, the first step should be where you're staying before you buy the flight. But so we actually were looking for places to stay at whenever we were, you know, looking at flights too, because we're like, okay, like how are we gonna stay? Where are we gonna stay? People think the ticket is like the most expensive part or whatever, and you know, maybe that's just me at least. Maybe I'm just a bitch or whatever. People think like, oh, the ticket's so expensive. No, the housing is the most expensive part. And when I say that, I mean, no, like the housing is the most expensive. At Coachella, which I can make another video about how the actual Coachella and campgrounds actually are. But in terms of buying a place to, you know, stay at or paying for all that, the first place that we were looking at was like, okay, let's look at hotels. So Coachella's in Palm Springs, or yeah, I think Palm Springs or something like that. Hotels that people use whenever they go to Coachella, they're actually about 30 minutes away from the actual campgrounds. That's another mess in itself, and again, I can make that into another video, but whatever. So we were like, okay, we don't want to be 30 minutes from the campgrounds, plus they were really expensive. Like 3 days was literally like $4,000, and I'm actually not kidding. Like it was literally $4,000, and so we're like, yeah, no. Anyways, so then we said, okay, well, let's look at Airbnbs, right? So we looked into Airbnbs, and they were literally $10,000 minimum per night, and we were like, yeah, we're broke. We're still in college. I don't have $10,000 casually laying around to just spend for 3-4 nights. No. What we actually ended up doing, which this was honestly great, like no issues with it. We actually ended up renting a car. So we rented an SUV, and also we got my friend's dad, because you know, when you're wanting to rent a car and you're under 25, it's more expensive. So we got her dad actually rented the car for us, and then we paid for it, of course, but we rented it, or he rented it, so that way we could get the cheaper price. But it was about $50 something that we all each paid to rent for the car. And then we bought a car lot from Coachella, which was about, I want to say like $40 something per person. So all in all, we technically spent about $90 for housing accommodations. So literally we stayed in the back of a car. Like we rented an SUV, and then we slept in the back of the car, and we had like, you know, like outdoor seating and whatnot, when they have like a cushion or whatever like that. Like we had like the cushion laid out, and then we had like our own pillows and stuff, and then we had blankets. Honestly, it was great. It was fine. It was dandy. It was perfect. And then like we had our tent and like awning stuff. It was great. But we only spent about $90 each. So far, the ticket, which was $549, and then we had the plane ticket, which was about, I'll say $200. Well, I'll say $250, just to be a little bit more liberal. So it was $550 for the general admissions ticket, $250 for the flight. So we're at about $800, and then it was about $90. So I'll just say $100 for the actual housing. So that's like $900 right there. Again, $900 sounds crazy, astronomical, whatever. But like I said, I saved $100 every single week. So that way I'm like, okay, $100. I mean, I saved like at least $400 every single month before going from January until April. Like I saved $400 every single month. Well, April is like $200, but like $400 every single month before I went. So flight was $250, and then like the actual accommodations was $100. So I would say that the most expensive thing for the trip was the food. Naturally, on the actual campgrounds, the food was, I mean, I was paying at least $10 a meal, and I wasn't only eating once a day. And like when I say $10 a meal, I literally mean like a slice of pizza was like $9, like a bowl of just regular mac and cheese was $10. It's like this lobster food truck that was there, and it was like at least $15 for the lobster mac, but it was $10 for the mac and cheese. So $2 per water bottle, which is nice. $16 per alcoholic beverage. Food was the most expensive part. Like I said, we didn't only eat once a day, so I mean, if you want to do that, like, go ahead, but like I don't think it's the healthiest. So at least I mean, I spent honestly like at least $30 per day. You can buy alcoholic drinks there. Like I mentioned, like it was at least $16 for one drink, but we bought our own alcohol. We also bought some of our own food too, like snacks and other things like that, just to cut down on some of those costs. It was expensive. It was expensive. It was just expensive, period. That's all I could say. It was just, I probably spent, all in all, because we bought groceries, like I said, we did buy food there, we bought water, whatever. I probably budgeted around like $300 for that. I mean, I probably spent at least $30 a day, because there was also like other random stuff too that I would buy, like miscellaneous items, whatever. So obviously like spending money too. I'll be honest, I actually didn't buy any Coachella merch or anything, because like a t-shirt was literally like $60, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not gonna buy a t-shirt. Like I'm chilling, like whatever. So it was like at least $60 for like a t-shirt or whatever, and which I was fine with. Like I was like, I don't need it. Like it's okay. Like the experience. I have so many pictures and videos. Like it's fine. I feel like I'm forgetting something, so let me just think. Okay. Yeah. So. Actually, I have written down in my notes that I spent probably at least $60 a day for food versus $30. So just accommodate for food. It's gonna be expensive. Just gonna be expensive. But anyways, okay. So lodging, we went over. Flight, we went over. Or if you need to drive, if you're like in the area, you can drive, whatever. And then obviously the ticket or wristband, and then food. We talked about that too. So obviously, of course, it's on a festival. Prices are hiked up. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, party favors, they might be more expensive too, catch my drift, whatever. But my review, would I go to Coachella again? The answer is yes. Personally, me, I feel like I've seen a lot of people say that they wouldn't go to Coachella again. And I don't blame them at all. Like, I mean, honestly, it was a festival. Like, it's dirty, it's hot. It gets super hot during the day and it's super cold at night and you're like dusty. Like, make sure you have like a headband around your mouth so you don't want to like cough up your lung or whatever, which I totally understand. If you are there for Instagram or to say that you went to Coachella or for the clout or anything like that, you're not gonna have a good time. And I would honestly say don't even waste your money because you're gonna waste your time. I mean, unless you got like in for free or you got a really good accommodation and an actual legit place to stay at or anything like that, then yeah, honestly, if it was free, like, go at it. But like, do not pay your hard-earned dollar for a trip if you were literally just there for Instagram or just to say that you went to Coachella. Like, I would not say that it's worth it. I personally found it worth it because I was there for the music and art, and so much art there. Oh, like, people talk about, oh, like Ariana Grande or Beyonce or Travis Scott or Frank Ocean, like whoever, like they're gonna be headlining, like yeah, like that's super cool. But there's actually a lot of art pieces there and they were so awesome and so dope to look at. And I met a ton of people there too, just like talking to people. I'm just naturally a talkative person and just interact with people in general. And I had such a lovely time. And so that was super, super fun too. I found it worth it. I would go again. I'm actually even talking with some friends today and like we were talking about like, oh, like should we get a wristband, like maybe get like a day pass or something like that. I don't know. So I'm thinking about going again or planning on it. We're gonna figure out all the like minute details and different things like that. But I would say that it's not completely out of reach for you to be able to afford Coachella. You just need to be smart with your money and be diligent. So don't eat out as much. You know, don't just spend your money on frivolous things, like making sure like that you have everything together. So that's how I did it. I did not use any credit cards. I literally only used cash. All in all, I would probably say I spent at least $1,300 on the trip. It was worth it though. I had a great time. And don't get me wrong, like obviously I took photos for Instagram and different things like that, but don't purely go just for Instagram. Like if you don't, you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be like, it's dirty, it's hot, this isn't fun, I don't want to be standing in line, there's too many people. But like, if you're there for the music, if you're there for the art, you'll have a great time. Thank you for watching. I just really wanted to break down like how much that it cost for me to go and for me to attend Coachella. It wasn't as bad as you think. You just need to be smart with your money and stuff. Like I said, I mean, it was like $4,000 for a hotel. Like they even have like safari tents that were like $10,000 for you to stay like in a tent. Don't get me wrong, it's like air conditioned and they have like lodging stuff and like a shower. Don't get me wrong, like they got some nice stuff attached to it, like amenities or perks or whatever. But like I'm just like, yeah, I don't have 10,000 just casually laying around, obviously. But I just wanted to share how I was able to afford going to Coachella as a full-time college student, part-time waitress, no credit cards or anything like that. It was so attainable. It was so much fun. I had so many memories. I'll include like some videos and different things like that too. Like, comment, subscribe, like this video please. Comment if like you want to see a video on maybe how the actual Coachella part worked. I just wanted to give a video on more of the financial end and different things like that. So let me know if you like that. Also, I want to try this new setup where I'm just, you know, chilling in my couch and like talking to you guys. My friend Callie, hey girl, she told me that I should like sit down and like make videos. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So just wanted to put on some loungewear, relax, and you know, talk and whatnot. So okay, But anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media. I will put it in the description box below. I'll probably like add like some videos at the top too. If I'm pointing at the screen, there's nothing there. It's because I couldn't figure it out. I'm still learning how to edit and do all this stuff on YouTube and different things like that. So please bear with me. But you know, let me know, like, what festivals have you gone to? Do you have any tips, financial tips, or even just logistical tips, like for any festivals that you've gone to? Have you been to Coachella? Let me know. Did you enjoy your experience? I missed last year because I moved and got a job and I didn't have any money and I was like, I'm broke. Like, all right, like, it is what it is, for real, for real. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I hope that you can get a ticket if you can. So, mwah. All right, bye.